watching Shalom TV, celebrating Jewish culture.
My friends, as all of us prepare to celebrate Seder night, the holiday of Passover, I wanted to spend a moment with you on behalf of all of us who help bring you Shalom TV. I know many of you are preparing for the first Seder. Family members will be coming in from all over the country, from everywhere. In our own family, we have a Seder with more than 30 people, 30 family members coming in by plane, driving in. My own cousins come, their children come, the second cousins of my children. My wife's mother, who's 91 years old, she will be at the Seder, and we're very blessed to have her there. My father's widow will be coming to the Seder, and it's wonderful that she comes. And it's a night when everybody sits around the table and feels, in this extraordinary Jewish moment, a sense of connection with each other, and in some profound way with the Jewish people who have come before us, and even with all those who are yet to come. Every family has their own tradition. In our family, at the end of the Seder, we spend a moment remembering all of those, our parents who are no longer with us, people who have made an impact on our lives through touching us in very special ways, who've helped us become the kind of people we are. And so for us, it's all about family on Seder night, which is really what Pesach is about. It's about the family of the Jewish people. And I know that many of you have your own traditions, your own customs. Every family has a Seder that does it its own way. I'm sure you have the Haggadah, the Passover book that you use. You're used to the text, you're used to the prayers. Many people actually create their own Haggadah for the holiday of Passover. But you have your traditions, and they're special to you. And so Passover has a meaning that transcends the moment. Again, it transcends the moment, not only for your family as a whole, but because it links all of us to all the generations of the Jewish people, right back to Sinai. And there are many wonderful symbols that go into the Seder service and the Passover holiday. One of the most important symbols is in many ways one of the most misunderstood symbols. And so as we prepare to celebrate Passover, I just wanted to share that symbol with you. The symbol is the special cup that sits on the Seder table and is, again, depending on how each family does it, it's a cup that is addressed toward the end of the Seder. It is called Kos Eliyahu, the cup of Elijah. And in this Kos Eliyahu rests in many ways the messianic vision of the Jewish people. And I just wanted you to hear what the cup means to us based on the midrash that we tell every Passover. The question is raised, why do we drink 4 cups of wine at the Seder night? 4 cups of wine. Most people know we drink 4 cups of wine. Not everyone knows why. And the truth is, the 4 cups of wine represent the 4 verbs that are in the Torah which describe the way God brought the children of Israel out of Egypt. And those 4 verbs are Hotzeti, to bring out; Hitzalti, to save; Ga'alti, redeem; Lakachti, to take out. We celebrate that God brought us out of Egypt, saved us from Egypt, redeemed us from Egypt, and took us out of Egypt. The 4 verbs in the Torah which describe the way God redeemed the children of Israel is the reason there are 4 cups of wine which we drink at every Seder service. But then there's the cup of Elijah. And the question is, what has the cup of Elijah got to do with the verbs with which God brought us out of Egypt, as the story is told in the Torah? And in fact, some rabbis argue there should be a fifth cup of wine because there's a fifth verb in the process of the way the children of Israel were taken out of Egypt and in essence saved from Egyptian bondage. The fifth verb, some rabbis argue, is heveti, which refers to the way God brought us into the land of Canaan, returned the children of Israel to their homeland. And some rabbis felt that that fifth verb, heveti, was a separate process. It wasn't really part of the redemption of the children of Israel. It was part of their future. They would return and be brought into the land of Canaan. And so there was a machloket, an argument, a division among the rabbis as to how many verbs applied to the redemption of the children of Israel, and therefore there was a difference of opinion as to how many cups of wine we should drink at the Seder. The rabbis who argued there were 4 verbs said there should be 4 cups. And the rabbis who argued that there were really 5 verbs argued that there should be 5 cups. And there was no way to resolve the debate. And so the rabbis came up with a compromise. They said, we will drink 4 cups of wine at the Seder, but we will pour a 5th cup. We will pour it and we will leave it untouched. In the messianic future, when one day the Messiah comes, the Messiah will answer all of our questions. The most important questions being, how do we have peace in this troubled, confusing world? How do people have shalom bayit in their home, where husbands and wives and parents or children are in harmony with each other? How do people really live together, respecting the dignity and sanctity of each human being, and understanding from the Passover story that no human being on the face of this earth should ever be enslaved in any way at all? That the Jewish people, the Jewish community, has as its goal the eradication of every form of human slavery. The idea is, symbolically, that in the days of the Messiah, all of those important questions will be answered. And the rabbis say that when the days of the Messiah arrive, some of the other questions of life will be resolved, including the question, do we in fact drink 4 cups of wine or 5 cups of wine? Do we in fact drink the 5th cup of wine at the Seder table? And because the tradition tells us the prophet Elijah will precede the coming of the Messiah, we hope that Elijah will come announcing the Messiah's presence, and will then answer the question about this 5th cup of wine. And we pour the cup of wine, leave it on the table, and it is kos Eliyahu. Not so much that there is an invisible Elijah who visits every Jewish home and takes a sip from his cup. It's not for Elijah to drink from this cup. It's kos Eliyahu because Elijah will come and tell us whether this cup is for us to drink. Are we to drink from this 5th cup of wine? And each year we hope, when we go to the door and open it for Elijah, that Elijah will come into our homes and in some beautiful, again, symbolic, metaphoric way, tell us whether this 5th cup of wine is to be part of our Seder service or not. Is there a 5th verb to celebrate, or do we stay with 4 verbs? And the reason this kos Eliyahu is, for me, the ultimate symbol of what a Seder service is all about, is that as long as this cup sits on a Seder table untouched, it means we are still in a world that needs to be made more beautiful, redeemed, made messianic. The Jewish tradition also tells us, in one of the traditions, the Messiah will not come until human beings make this world so beautiful, the Messiah will want to come. This cup, kos Eliyahu, is a reminder to every single one of us at a Seder table that our work is not yet completed. that we have the responsibility to once again go into the world and help every human being become as much of themselves as they can, to free every slave, to upbuild Eretz Yisrael, to contribute to the Jewish people, the Jewish community, to create within our own family a sense of vitality and dynamism and strength for the future. Our goal on Pesach is to relive the Jewish people's journey from slavery to freedom, the freedom to accept Torah, and to create a loving, beautiful, harmonious life for all of us, all of our people, and all of humanity. Kos Eliyahu is a reminder our work is not done, and that if we really learn from the Seder, we get up from that Seder service, ready to be even more of what each of us hopes to become as a loving, gentle, kind human being, and a wonderfully committed Jew in a way that somehow resonates for each of us individually. On behalf of everyone here at Shalom TV, I want to wish every single one of you who celebrates Passover in your way, any way at all, whatever you do at Passover, whomever you're with on Passover, I hope it's a wonderful, beautiful Seder night for you. All of us send you our best wishes for this Passover holiday. We thank you for watching Shalom TV. We hope you'll enjoy it more and more every month. But most of all, we hope you find enrichment and fulfillment and some kind of real profound family warmth in your own Jewish celebration, especially on the holiday of Passover. And may this Kos Eliyahu, the cup of Elijah, be your symbol too of all the things you hope to achieve for good, for yourselves and for your family, for all your loved ones, for your community, and indeed for all humanity. Aziz and Pesach, my friends, have a sweet, wonderful holiday.